Hello, everyone.
As I was
Welcome
saying, no,
to
just kidding.
Relevant Palates. I am Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn, Lou, Seth, Gaius, and from the Pastania Studios, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Good man.
Good man. I feel like everyone's been eating chicken wings this week because everyone is extra spicy this week. It's kind of nice.
We got
Hot
some
ones,
flavor
huh?
going on.
Bringing the spicy flavor.
All right, so today we are talking about the Freud Agape. Cigar is a Robusto Extra 5-inch by 54. Comes out of the Tabacalera Diaz Cabrera factory in the Dominican Republic. Wrapper, binder, filler, all from the DR. No further details than that. Blended by Eladio Diaz. Price point is $30, and the cigar was released in October of 2022. So, with all that out of the way, June, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
I thought the cigar was very delicious. Uh, it was, you know, the flavors that I got out of it were really like on point, right? So like honey, there's like this savory like umami aspect to it, like maybe like a Uncle Roger's MSG or something. Um, and then
Thank you, Uncle
hay,
Roger.
cedar, some plums as well. Yeah, I thought it was really good. And it was consistently good throughout the whole time I was smoking it. So, yeah, it's, we'll talk about, not a fan of the price point, but fucking A, man, like just a couple of cigars this past couple of weeks is like $30 range, and I like both of them, but, you know, certainly not going to be buying a box of this.
Emotional damage indeed.
All right,
No,
Seth, what were
yeah.
your thoughts?
Yeah, listen, I first of all, I had a really strong cinnamon flavor profile. Even from the aroma just from the cigar was just really pronounced cinnamon. I actually ended up talking about that with Bear too. And then I thought, maybe I was losing my mind but it was Bear, and it was actually really good conversation about it. But um, sweet cinnamon, lots of leather, damp earth, coffee, charred wood, some tobacco. It was really balanced, medium in strength and body. There wasn't a ton of transitioning throughout. Um, Decent burn, decent draw. Um, yeah, it wasn't just kind of pretty good Dominican Republic the whole time. I just kind of thought, man, I wonder what John is gonna have to say about this and where we're going with this. So yeah, John.
You know what? I liked it. I thought it was a really nuanced, complex, and sophisticated blend. I obviously wish the price point was a little bit lower, but I mean, the first third was sweet earth, tobacco, confectioner's sugar, chocolate, bread. I mean, kind of all over the flavor map, and all those flavors combined in effective and strategic ways that kept me engaged. And I was like, this is good. I cannot find fault in the flavor profile. Second, third, more of a sweet bread to lead off, sort of tannic wood center just to provide some accent, so offset the sweetness, and then light chocolate on the retrohale. Like again, just really really nice. Last third, kind of more of an interesting combination of earth and vegetal, but I didn't think it worked quite as well as the first two thirds. And then there was kind of some spiciness which I hadn't gotten until that point. Um, so that was a little distracting because I feel like it didn't fit in with the rest of the profile that had kind of come to that point. And we're gonna get into it, but I had a pretty snug draw, and then the cigar went out on me, which required a relight. So I was like, "Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting?" Hmm. Aaron, what about you?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with toasted stale cedar, some earth, got some mushroom mustiness and a creamy black pepper that joined a bit later. Second third saw a light chalkiness join in, and then the final third saw staleness and the wood bitterness depart, and a floral vegetal note that joined in. I thought the cigar was pretty average throughout. Various combinations of flavors that didn't really seem to work together. The cedar that was up front for most of the cigar didn't really give things a good base for kind of all the other components to work around. But with the price point in the blender, I expected something much more intriguing than this, and that never really came to fruition for me. So I was curious to see what you guys thought on this. Seems like we're kind of split on it, but not something I would want to come back to. I'm interested in smoking the future stuff they're doing. with Eladio, but this one just did not do it for me. All right, let's get into the scores. We're going to start at the top with Jiunn at 7.17. John was next at 6.17. Seth gave it a 5.6. I gave it a 5.4. So Jiunn had that 7.17 matchup for you.
Yeah, clearly I smoked the tobacco in the blend.
All right, good. John, 6.17.
So it's low, and it's low because it had bad construction. So flavor profile wise, to me, this is up in the high sixes. Like, it's delicious. But if you have a draw problem and then you compound that with a burn problem and you charging that much, like, I probably, if I was in a shop, I'm not sure I wouldn't have gone to the owner and said, you know what? Like, I can't smoke, like, literally from the initial cut, I need a new one because this one is no good. Like, it needs to go back. So, yeah.
All
Damn.
right, Seth, 5.6.
Yeah, I just was, I kind of forgot what halfway through the cigar, I kind of forgot what the heck I was smoking and what was going on with it. And then I was like, wait a minute, what? um, it's there's just nothing really. I'm not the bottom, so it's just I don't think it's worth it. I think there's a lot of problems with this cigar, um, and it hurts it in the end.
Yeah, my 5.4 matches up well. I mean, that had an average flavor profile throughout. I also had wavy burn and it got off pretty far. I had to do a touch up to keep things on, so I didn't have the greatest burn issues either on mine. So it kind of keeps it in that mid five range. But yeah, we've seen had some opposites in regards to these high priced reviews, and some of us really high on them, some of us really low on them. So I'll say me really low on them both. So as is usual, but. All right, final thoughts on this from you guys?
So what was the price point on this again?
30.
30. Listen, I don't know how many times I got to say
this.
this.
Isn't a $30 cigar, man.
Yeah,
It's just not
I don't know how many
$30
times I got to
cigar.
say this. If you're charging more than $22 for a cigar, the draw and the burn have to be pretty much perfect. I don't even mind if the burn requires a couple touch-ups, but if, like, the draw is actually resistant, like it's snug, I just don't see how you can charge $30. Like, listen, it doesn't cost $30 to make it. Yeah.
It's got to be.
Well, he charged 30. Why?
It's got to smoke perfectly. It just has to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, because that's what people are charging now. I mean, people are
like
charging it.
he I assume did it because he has the pedigree from being with Davidoff and all of that, right?
Well,
Is that
this
why
is not
Eladio?
Eladio's brand. This is a brand by other guys. Eladio is just the manufacturer of it.
Blended it.
So I think this
Okay,
brand
so-
is just interested in being at a higher price level.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Okay, that's just
marketing
what
stuff.
Freud does in general for this brand. They like to
this
select.
this is their second blend. The Super
They're
Ego
both premium.
was not this expensive, but it was still higher end.
I don't remember that one.
I think, right?
And then the one that they have just announced is also, I think, 26, 28 bucks based on the Vitolas. So they're playing in the high price point game. So yeah.
You know what? I feel like if you kept it under $20, if there's an $18 cigar, just on like as a consumer, I would have given it a pass. But over that $18-20 mark, sorry, it just the amount of leeway, the amount of latitude I'm going to give you, very little.
It has to be under 20. There comes it's just too much. And I'm going to be honest that the band is terrible.
Yeah, I was just about to say
that was a curious choice to have, because it reminds me of somebody else does that where they have a band that goes around the entire thing, and it's like, so I have to take the entire band off before I smoke the cigar.
They're trying to hide the fact that, and this isn't the wrapper on the cigar. It is not visually. It's not really visually appealing. It's not an attractive cigar.
It's not a grade A.
Yeah,
wrapper.
Well, and I don't even know if it's just because even people have talked about it, and I always mention Pete because Pete's very vocal about it. You're gonna have wrappers which.
Yeah,
it's not going to be a higher priming, but it's a good wrapper. There's good flavor to it. It's just not beautiful. And trying to hide it sometimes is just so obvious. And it's just stupid to the point of just like, you could have made, I don't know. a more modest band. I mean, I don't like the Freud. What's the other one? Super
Palates?
Ego.
Super
The
Ego,
Super
yeah.
The
Ego
Super
bands
Ego,
is
sorry.
terrible as well. But it's just you're just like trying to hide it, and then you take it off, and then you're just smoking something that has no recognition. Like there's no name to it.
It was like a bundle stick, right? After you take out the band, you just
You take off the band, and then you have nothing to it, and the only thing you have is you're smoking something without a band that's $30.
Yeah.
And 20 years ago, that may have been cool. Nowadays, no.
Well, I
Yeah, we
guess
wanna
see what
floss
the
the
booth looks
band.
like at PCA.
What's up? What'd you say, Jen?
would you say me? Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna I made a stupid comment. Anyway, the comment that I really want to make is
No, what'd you say though? You had to floss. Would you?
we want to floss the band because we're
No, but if you spend $30, you're gonna want to show off that band, man.
true.
I mean,
But that's another point, right? For a $30 cigar, how many $30 cigars do you guys see with this loud and vibrant of
None.
of a cigar band? None.
None.
So
the
it's just-
other
It's the opposite. I would say
it's
it's all
weird,
the
right? Yeah.
cheap
who is it?
$8 9.
What was the Super Freak, the Super G? Remember the Super G?
Oh, the Super Fly.
Super G with
The Superfly. The Superfly was
big
pretty
Superfly,
close to
yeah.
this, and that
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
smoked.
yeah.
The Superfly was smoked better
Yeah.
than this, in my opinion. It was much more memorable.
It doesn't work. Because I on it's like people equate, Kleenex for tissues, right? Like I equate $30 cigars to the classiness of Davidoff in the cigar world. And for because I do that, because I equate it in that fashion, when I see something like this and be the exact opposite of it, it just feels not $30, feels cheapened, it feels, downgraded.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's.
Tastes good.
Well,
It does
I mean,
taste good.
and I think
Delicious.
you guys enjoyed it, and it's it's one of these things that I enjoy the profile, I enjoy the blend, but I'm not going to go buy it. Now if Eladio is like, hey Seth, I got a bundle of these, there's no bands, I'm like, just give them to me, I'll smoke them, don't worry about it, I don't care. They can be rejects, you can reject the wrapper quality of it, but $300 for a 10 count box.
Mhm.
How do you as a retailer justify that? Like I just even with
Well, you
a
have to go
lot,
through
even,
you have to go through the background, right? You have to be like,
how do
this
you
is
go through
Eladio
that whole?
Diaz. You have to give a background to every freaking customer. Well, to most customers that probably look at it.
Are you in if you're a Davidoff customer, if you have this stuff and you have a Davidoff customer, there's no way. I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to get. I would never take them away from
Davidoff guys
for
are
that.
not gonna probably go for something like this.
And by the way, a Davidoff Grand Cru is more affordable than this.
Yep. All right. Wherever you catch this video, be sure to like and subscribe, but check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalace.com. Follow us on the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Sometimes the cigar is just a cigar.